Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. And it's a bright and beautiful day for the Pirate Broadcast. And I just wanted to, I was catching up with Tracy here, and I was just thinking, you know, we have so many things going on, Tracy, that it's not often we get to catch up like this. So thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. We're going to catch up live in front of everybody.
Well, I think it's important that people know what's going on behind the scenes.
We're all family.
What's happening with the Pirate Broadcast. So yeah. You have so many talents, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate the work that you do behind the scenes. So for those that may not understand exactly what a producer of a show does, maybe you could share a few.
Well, I've covered this before, but for anybody who's new or hasn't watched in a while,
right?
I've talked to all of the guests, at least through email. So I'm kind of the first contact with everybody. Once you book a show, I will send you a welcome email and let you know what to expect over the next few weeks or months in some cases. And what I need from the guest, I let them know what I need from them. It'd be a headshot, bio, things like that. Mm-hmm. And then I have a little production sheet that I put together, so I know all the steps. We use ClickUp to keep the workflow of the show, pre-production and post-production. And then I just do all these little things that you see. I create the graphics and I put the posts out on social media, and I obviously set up the show, the stream, the live stream, do all that. And then I send the links to the guests when they need them. I help them get on StreamYard if they need help getting on StreamYard. And then after the show's done, I download it. I clean it up a little bit. I do a transcription, which Russ has mentioned many times is not my favorite thing to do.
And I appreciate the fact that you do it. You do it so wonderfully. Thank you.
I am very creative. I'm a creative transcriptor.
Yes.
Because sometimes it is very hard to transcribe casual conversation. It is not easy. And then I create the podcast. I put the podcast up on all the different platforms that we use. I edit it on YouTube. And then I put it on the website and create the blog post. And so I do all of that stuff. That's pretty much it. A few hours a day.
Short story is that this would not happen without Tracy's help. So thank you so much, Tracy. I love your support. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
And guess who's in the room? Angie.
Yay. She said she was going to try to listen because I was going to be on. I know you're back at work and it's hard. But thank you.
Thanks, you so Angie. Much. And James, Jimmy Jam, I talked to D-Roo the other day and we need to catch up. Lots of things happening, it sounds like. So I'm excited. Mm-hmm. And then Marcia, we need to jump on another Amazon Live. So thank you so much for being here.
I still have not checked that out. I need to do that. I need to look at your Amazon Lives. I just keep forgetting about it.
And I'm so terrible.
You are not good at self-promotion. We've discussed this.
I am so not good at self-promotion. So
you are not.
On Tuesdays, I have a show with Winject Studios, and it's every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Or no. Pacific Standard Time. 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's on Winject Studios. You can go to Winject on YouTube and register for that. And then, of course, the Pirate Syndicate every 5 days. And then I'm working out details. And Tracy, let's talk about it today, because Amazon Live I'm still trying to get my head wrapped around a little bit. I've got a few episodes up. And it's, you know how bad I am at self-promotion, right?
Terrible.
Well, Amazon Live is almost the same. I'm promoting all the products. So promotion is not I'm trying to I'm getting more comfortable with promotion.
You're good at selling other people. You are not good at selling yourself.
Well, I need more salespeople. So pirates, but pirate
Yes,
crew.
pirates, please sell Russ because he can't sell himself.
Well, interestingly enough, I spent the weekend. I actually created a newsletter, a weekly newsletter. Angie said you should start a newsletter, and I've heard it from a few other people. Then I had Liz Wilcox on
And
Wednesday.
thank you, Liz, for getting
Thank
him
you,
to
Liz.
listen.
So it's like, okay, twist my arm, don't break it off. All right. So I'll be doing that. And also, check this out. At the end of the month, one of my corporate clients is ending, so it's going to free up some free time. So what did we do? We planned some time away in September.
Not that I don't love you all, but thank goodness. Next week, I think it's 1 week. Yeah, 1 week from today is my 1 year anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
It's 1 week. I should have done the show on the 24th because that is my 1 year anniversary. And I have not had a day off since that day.
Other than weekends.
Other weekends, but anytime the show's been on, I've worked, even holidays, as we've talked about. So I am really looking forward to a little bit of a break. Not gonna lie.
So I want to find out, and I want to change it up a little bit. I have so many people in Australia and around the world that also want to be on the show, but they don't necessarily want to be up in the middle of the night. So I'm looking at changing the schedule around, making a couple of different days at different times.
Well, I know what my idea is.
Thank goodness somebody has an idea.
And I want to know what people think because you won't listen unless it's out there already. So I think personally, we shouldn't change the amount of time because I know that you want to still put the same amount of time into it. So I think that we should do 3 shows a week in the morning, like we're doing, just how you're doing it. With interviews. It's a great way to start off the day, start it off on a positive note. I think people enjoy listening while they're having their morning coffee. So I don't think that should change. But I think then 1 night a week, we should do a 1-hour show in the prime time where it's a roundtable discussion type of format where you have a specific topic and then you invite 2 or 3 people to come on and just have a conversation about a specific topic. Whether it be COVID and trying to, or how that affects people going back to work, what that means for people going back to work, whether it's talking about podcasting or any of the topics that we usually cover, and do a 1-hour show and call it the Pirate Broadcast at night or, prime time or PM, whatever you want to call it.
The Pirate Crew.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. And just have a more casual format, but on a specific topic. And that way, then you can have 1 day where you're actually off from the Pirate Broadcast without changing the amount of content you're putting out because it'd still be 5 hours. It's just, there'll be a 1-hour show at night. And I think that will help bring in a different audience or additional audience members, additional viewers. And Marsha's asking what time of night. I would suggest anywhere. I would suggest 6 p.m. your time or Russ's time. That would be 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
It's like tough that. Between maybe 6:30. I mean, because it's tough because people on, in the Pacific time zone, they're going to be having dinner and dealing with that. So you don't want to do it too early, but people on the East Coast are going to want to go to bed. So you don't want to have to, miss people that way. So I think about 6:30.
6
your
PM.
time would be a good time.
I like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't make a graphic for me, so that's why. Yeah, we can put our names up if you want.
The plumber's sink always leaks, right, Tracy?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't going to do that extra work for just me. Well, I thought we could use our other banner, but I forgot the names weren't on it. So Pirate Broadcast After Hours, anything. That is my suggestion.
I like that.
We'll see if Russ ever does it, but that is my suggestion. Make it a little flashier with the graphics and just give it a little more punch for nighttime. Yeah. I do think it's a good way to bring in new viewers because it's tough for people to sometimes listen in the morning, especially with people going
is.
back to work and being back in the office. I think we definitely had more viewers when people were working from home than we do
Oh,
now.
yeah.
People are going back to work.
Across the board, I think a lot of people have slowed down their consumption of live streams. And then I see a live stream where there's Amazon has 200 people showing up. And I'm thinking, how the heck does that happen? So self-promotion, I have to get.
Well, that's the thing, self-promotion, but we would need to have something more set in stone what we're going to do. But that was my suggestion.
I like
and maybe it's terrible. I don't know, but that's what I thought might be fun to do and to change things up a little bit.
I haven't thought about doing a couple of afternoon shows. But I like the idea of an hour at night. That would be kind of fun.
And I think it's important if you stick to a specific topic instead of just talking about random things, because that's what's going to interest people. You advertise ahead of time what the topic's going to be so that people know specifically that's what they want to tune in for, if they know that's what they want to tune in for.
Yeah. And then I could promote it some more, probably.
Well, you can always promote more. You are never over promoting. That's never a problem with you.
We do have a lot of posts showing up on a regular basis, but it's not.
We have posts that go onto Social Pilot, but it's through Social Pilot that go out to all the different social platforms, but they're kind of the same things over and over again. We need something.
Angie says afternoon runs into the same problem with the people who have gone back to work.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great for your overseas listeners. I've dealt with that too, where I struggle with what time to go live. I usually have a pretty good audience no matter what time, but I've been shocked sometimes at how many viewers I've gotten at 3:00 in the afternoon, but I have a lot of international viewers. So that helps.
Yeah.
But if I go too late, then, everybody in the US wants to go to bed, and, so it's always hard to find the perfect time.
Yeah.
And what are your
perfect time is when we start it, right?
Yeah.
Marcia
and even if people can only watch half, that's the wonderful part about it. It's recorded, so you can go back and watch it, finish watching it the next day, or if you miss it, you can watch it later on.
Yeah.
Obviously you really want to have it live to have that kind of engagement. You want people to be there live commenting, and you want to have questions that you can answer. That's helpful, but at least people can watch it at a later time if it doesn't fit in their schedule.
I like it. Marcia asks, what are your topic suggestions? I
would say anything that we talk about on the Pirate broadcast when you have specific guests on, whether you talk about specific, like I said, talking about, again, COVID and the way that people have had to redo how they do business throughout COVID. Talk about mental health can be a topic that you can cover. Talking specifically about things like imposter syndrome and, things like that. I think that any topic that would be interesting interesting for a life coach to talk about, or for any type of coach to talk about, whether it be health and wellness. And you can cover a wide variety of topics. And obviously you want to try to talk on things that are very relevant for today in the moment.
Hyatt says, do a nighttime series on a specific topic. So Hyatt, you're saying like do mental wellness as a series over a period of time?
I think that's a great idea for in the future, because I think that you would need to be able to monetize if you wanted to commit to doing something every week in addition to doing the pirate broadcast.
Yeah.
There's no revenue stream attached to the pirate broadcast. So I think if you did another series, you would have to want to attach a revenue stream to it. And if we can get a bigger audience, you can do that.
When we get a bigger audience. And it all just takes everybody sharing this, share it with two people. It's pretty simple. That's
the part that I like to tell people. If you're a fan of the show, you just get one or two people to tune in.
Yeah.
And then it spreads. That's what we need. We need a lot of word of mouth for this type of show.
Yeah. Russ Hedge. I wanted to say, Russ, I hope you're feeling better. His family came down with COVID, and he's been Jones. So I hope you're doing better. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate it. So thank you. God bless. All right. Who else is here? I'm just saying, Nelson, what's going on? Elise is here. So happy to be here. Thank you so much for being here. Also, I want to talk about the things that we're doing or we could do with Amazon. And Marcia was on the Amazon Live. And so that's another alternative, but it's not necessarily attached because I mean, it's kind of like it's still in an infancy. But that's another area to get more visibility for the pirate broadcast. So what are some other ideas that we can use for sharing the show out?
It's funny that Hyatt used the word pivot because that's what was in my head, but I was trying not to use it because when you transcribe this show every day, you come to hate buzzwords like really bad. So I actually that was in my head and I was trying to think of a different way to say it. But yes, the pivot that was required once COVID hit was was basically what I was trying to say without saying it.
Yeah.
I said buzzwords are not my friend when it comes to that's why Russ knows and he'll tell everyone he's being yelled at about me complaining about him saying the same thing every day. I'm not yelling at you. I am suggesting is constructive criticism. So stop telling everyone I yell at you all the time.
You don't yell at me. You never yell at me. And I do appreciate you and the advice you give me because I do truly appreciate it. So, and sometimes I even listen.
Rarely, but you do. Like you said before, it's usually once you hear something about 10 times, then you'll act on it.
Yeah, barely. It's slow. I'm a slow learner, folks. I'm a slow learner. Support me, pirate crew.
Doer. You're not really a slow learner. You're a slow doer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a slow doer.
So what else is coming up on the pirate broadcast, Tracy?
As in guests, let me see what's coming up. Tomorrow we have Franceline Abrahamian. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Yeah, she's a nomad. She's a nomad. She had rescheduled before because she had a challenge.
She had actually thought it was the day before, and so she went and waited in the room. And I was like, "Oh, you're actually scheduled tomorrow," and then it didn't work out, so she had to reschedule. So, and she's a podcaster, and then we have Brendan Kumarasamy. Yeah, he was on What's Before, and he's a YouTuber and a public speaker. And then we have, let's see, I have to keep my days straight here. Thursday, we have JC Soto.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an author and a coach.
Yep.
And then on Friday, we have Jenny Toe. And she says she is a life coach to introverts.
Yes. The funny thing about it is I spent the weekend, everyone. I spent the weekend updating the newsletter and how I formatted it. And I need to put up this, I need to put a link to sign up for it, which I will today. I ran out of weekend. But what I did is I formatted it so you could actually get links to all of the last week's episodes, and then all of the next week's episodes. And I sent them to YouTube so you could actually get notified from YouTube when the show goes live. And that way I'm thinking, okay, well, it'll help grow the YouTube channel. And also it's a simpler way to get notified when I go live. So I put that out there in the newsletter format, which I'll be doing every weekend. And then also adding a few tips and stories along the way as I develop this thing called a newsletter. And so
which I thought it was Angie's suggestion, and it was a great suggestion.
It was a great suggestion. Angie suggested it. Or if you have been on the show, share it.
Yes, if you've been on the show, share it with your audience.
Yeah. And which brought me up to another idea, which I saw taking place from Josh Tapp, who is also a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
He sent out an email that said how to grow your audience. And so what they've done, or what he was doing, was taking old episodes and then re-promoting it in future posts on social media. So I'll probably share that out in some other newsletter highlights. So that's another strategy that we'll put into the newsletter, and also probably put it in social posts as well. What do you think about that, Tracy?
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. We talk about to other people when guests are on, and I'm doing the thing that I hate the most. I'm changing thoughts in the middle of speaking. I always tell you, stop and think before you ask a question or talk, so you're not stumbling through a sentence. And I just did it myself. Ugh, I hate that. Anyway, I think that we're always telling guests that the reason we record the episode live is that then it can be broken down into other content that can be used in the future. And again, we're not very good at doing that ourselves.
Yeah.
We talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
We talk about creating audiograms and other things that can be used to promote the show, and then we don't do it.
Yeah.
So we have to practice what we preach a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be good to practice regardless. So, however, I have a contract that's ending, and so I will have additional time. So promotion is going to be key.
Yes.
Which has been.
And I know you've been talking to people, because I'll see all of a sudden I'll get an influx of bookings. And I know you've been talking to people on, what is it called? Lunch Club.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's also matchmaker.fm, and there's Podchaser, and there's a lot of places that I go to have conversations. So, and I was thinking about starting. I'm working on a couple of deals. I haven't even talked to Tracy about this, but I'm working
Shocking. I said, yeah, I never hear about things till you say them on the show. And then I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. And so I have a few things that I'm working on, and they may develop into a kind of a different show, actually. We'll see how that goes. But I have some verticals that I want to start talking about, like technology specific verticals that I'm developing shows for some companies. If I can get somebody to commit to sponsoring them, because I'm going to be creating shows for industries. And so that's still in works. So as I get further along, I'm going to be talking to Tracy about that as well. So we'll probably have some more work in the future. So
I hope so.
I'm excited about it. So pirates, all we need to do is share a couple of things. I'm looking for some ideas and some adventures, and sharing and shifting this up. So after the 6th of September, Tracy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's our 500th show, is the 6th of September.
And then what's going to happen after that?
Well, and that's a holiday, of course. So like I said, so I'll still be working on a holiday. That's why it was funny when someone mentioned a 3-day weekend, and I was like, what is a 3-day weekend? I've never had one of those. Yeah. But we are going to take 2 weeks off.
You're such a bad boss.
No, you are a wonderful boss. That's the thing. I would like a day off every once in a while. I would like holidays off. We talked about that. Yeah. But I think that we just need to reset, refuel. I know you talked about burnout a little bit on one of the previous shows last week, and I was like, yep, I'm so there right now. That's describing me to a T right now.
Yeah.
And so I just need a couple days. I only needed a little bit. I was like, can I just have a few days off? And then Russ like, we'll take 2 weeks. Okay. So we're going to take 2 weeks off, and then we're going to work on if we're going to do a new format. how that's going to work. We'll probably work on some new graphics, kind of change things up a little bit, and hopefully promotion, like a relaunch type thing, like a new grand opening, a relaunch, and then hopefully put together some nighttime shows too, because I really do think that will help engagement and help get more people.
I really
because it's
like
just a
that.
totally different audience opens up at night.
Yeah.
Than what you have during the day.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. So we will still be working in those 2 weeks. I'm taking a few days completely off, but I will still have to do pre-production on the shows that are coming up.
Yeah.
That doesn't change. I have a 12-day production schedule. So I have maybe 3 days where I can have completely off, and then I'll have to start doing pre-production stuff again.
So what I need to do is I need to change the, so what days should we have the evening show?
Well, I would say if you're going to do the show 3 times a week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the mornings, then maybe do a Thursday night or a Tuesday night. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Unless you want to do like a Monday night and then do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during the day. I don't know. It's really up to you. It's your schedule. You're the captain of this ship.
I love it. Michael Baker says, a pirate's mindset journey journal.
I say, look at Angie's comment. Yes, for people to know the show isn't about pirates. And I do wonder about that sometimes. I do wonder if people don't really understand why it's called the Pirate Syndicate and wonder if they think it's a show about pirates. I do wonder, because I don't think until you watch, do you understand what the show really is.
Yeah.
Even though we put a description of the guests and everything, but I do kind of wonder about that sometimes. People wonder if that's what we do is talk about pirates.
Well, if they read the post, they would know.
They would know, but just hearing the pirate broadcast or the Pirate Syndicate isn't very descriptive to people. So that's why I think we need to do more promotion to include what the show's about.
Totally. I totally agree.
Angie thinks Tuesday night.
Tuesday night it is.
Put up, yeah.
Angie, I'll listen to you the first time. Okay.
That'll be a first.
We're gonna have Thursdays off, okay?
Yes.
Thursdays are off.
And that's nice for me too, because then I can just have one day off. And I would just have to, it would be longer for me to do a 1-hour show, obviously. So it'd be the same amount of time, but at least I have one day off so that if I have something planned or I want to do something for the day.
So would you rather have, so here's the question. Would you want to have Thursday morning and then take Friday off? So you have a 3-day weekend every week?
That would be wonderful. But I didn't know if you'd want to do that. I don't know if you'd like
let's do that.
So do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday in the morning.
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday in the morning, and then Tuesday night, an hour show, and then Friday off.
Yeah.
You hit it.
It's really a matter of whether you can do that, because you'll be itching to talk to people.
Well, I can always jump on Amazon, or I can always jump on
that is
other
true.
shows.
That is true. Okay.
Which I don't do transcriptions on Amazon, so I could do Amazon every day.
Yeah, if you asked me to do that, I'd be like, no, not happening. I'm already wondering if I'm going to do a 1-hour show or not. I'm going to have to see about that.
We can change that up. We don't have to do a transcription on that, so it'd make it easier.
Yeah, that would be easier. If I only had to do,
we could just have the same graphic, and we could just have the same graphic. So essentially, would you?
Well, we would have to spice it up a little bit for a nighttime show.
We're going to have to do a couple of things.
We're to dress it up. And they said, call it something. It can still be the pirate broadcast, but then I said, add. That's what we need. We need suggestions. I saw some people put some in comments, but what should we call the nighttime show? The pirate broadcast at night, the pirate broadcast PM, after dark. Yeah. That kind of sounds kind of sexy, though. I don't know if we want to do
Pirates After Dark.
Pirates After Dark. I really don't want to know what people would think that show is about. Do not show the comment right there. You always do that. You don't read them first and you put them up, and then that's an ad.
Yeah. Why do people do that?
Because
is that from Twitch? Is that from
Twitch? From Twitch? Yes. That's what you're going to get from Twitch. You're going to get people that want to put their ads up.
Sell you something.
I know, and I'm always like, why did you put that up? do that. Let's see what Michael said here. Be seen and heard, validation of who you are, and recognition for what you do. What you do and who you are matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Michael.
So, we're over time now. That's okay. I'm not transcribing myself. Well, I am. I'm just doing.
Angie says Friday night 2-minute tips. There you go.
You're on your own on that one.
Yeah.
Your 2-minute tips in 10 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still always put some kind of content up. It just won't be a formal show on Fridays.
Yeah. Well, and the reason I want to format this is because guests are going to be key, and then I need to change the schedule out.
Right.
So.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, you're going to have to go back in your list of pirates and see who would be a good fit for a specific topic.
Mm-hmm.
And then send out a few emails to start with, and then see what the response is. And then if you don't get enough people, try, and you can always have just one of your regulars come on that can talk about any topic, really.
Yeah.
But if you want to try to get someone that's specific in, deals with what we're talking about, would be good. Yeah. And you have such a huge contact list. I don't think you would be hurting to get people to contribute in a roundtable.
Show has never been one of my challenges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like I lost my flag.
Oh, you did. There it is.
Well, we're over time. I can't believe it. Sorry.
We are over time, but I'm not transcribing. I mean, I'm just doing the automatic. I'm not editing it at all. So that's cool. That's my executive decision. When I'm the guest, I'm not going to care about the transcription. So when I care about what the guest thinks, but when I'm the guest, it doesn't matter. So it'll go up, but it'll just be electronic, and I'm not editing it.
Yeah.
I'm letting everyone know. So if we go over, I don't mind if we go over today.
Yeah. And it's very cool because, we need these breaks sometimes to just kind of reset and reflect on what's going on around us. And I love this kind of conversation. And there are a lot of shows that I would love to be able to continue to go over on because the conversation is so great. And
if I don't have to transcribe them, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do tell Russ every 5 minutes you go over, puts ads on 20 minutes to my day.
Yeah.
So when he goes crazy and goes 10 minutes over, it's like, oh my gosh, you almost added an hour because you kept talking.
I know. There's so many things that we can improve on. That's the whole point. We can always improve, and sometimes you need the experience before you understand what impact it makes.
Right.
So,
and a lot of it is self-imposed because as well as I do, this is because of my own work ethic. I cannot put up a crappy transcription. I could just let the automated program do it and just throw it up that way. I cannot do that. I have to make it look presentable, that if someone was actually reading it, that they would understand it and it was punctuated properly. And most people wouldn't do that. So that is my own fault. If I could just put it up as is, which Russ has told me to do several times, I can't do it. Not when it's my responsibility. I can't do that. And there are days where I definitely am more lax about it, but.
Is the transcription getting any better as far as the tool itself?
If I'm being honest, the tool itself.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually written to Descript about certain things that are just really annoying about it. But Descript is always improving, always trying to make things better. Their AI, I think, is about as good as any that you can find.
Yeah.
I have a real problem with their punctuation and their random paragraph breaks because I always have to remove all of that. Mm-hmm. I would rather they had an option that I could remove or not transcribe any punctuation or grammar whatsoever, and me just add it as I go through. That would be so much easier than me constantly having to edit every line. I swear I have to edit every sentence in some way. And it depends on the guest. Some guests talk really fast. When we have people with accents, that's always a rough day because it doesn't understand what the person is saying a lot, or it just puts the wrong words a lot.
Yeah.
So it all depends. But there have been guests that it's really easier when you have a female guest, because it can definitely differentiate between your voice and a female voice a lot easier than when there's two men. So there's a lot of things that actually go into whether it's more difficult or not. But I've had some days that have been quite the challenge. And it's Yeah, it's difficult.
Some days it's a challenge just for me to talk.
Yeah. And I'm probably not even being as good as I should be because I'm usually very conscious of it, but
Yeah.
I'm tired and it's a Monday morning.
Well, I thank you so much, Tracy, for all the work you do. And I just wanted to, I know that our guest today had to reschedule, so we can have a fun time and catch up and make sure everything's okay.
And I would like to hear suggestions or any comments about what we're talking about for the future. I would like to hear from you guys because you're the ones that are watching.
And I'll get the we got an echo now. Why do we have an echo?
I don't have one.
Interesting. And I'll get the link to the weekly newsletter updates on the website and share it out with the community. So we'll have that available and get some more feedback and insight on that. And then also, we'll be changing up the show and taking a break and putting things out there. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. And thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, everyone, have a fantastic week, a fabulous time. And if there's anything, DM me, reach out, contact me. Most of you have my contact information. I'm on social media. And share this information. Share it with 2 people that need to hear this. That, explain what a pirate is. It's about kindness is cool and smiles are free, right? Can I do this? Right. Can I do this? Kindness is cool. Smiles are free.
What is that doing? Where is that from?
That's from Ecamm Live.
Oh, okay.
Virtual cameras. So.
Okay. I was like, I can't do that in StreamYard. What are you doing?
No, you cannot do that in StreamYard. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Kindness is cool. Smiles are free. And you enjoy the day. Thanks, Tracy. Bye. Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the Pirate Syndicate today.